Morning to all the students. Welcome to Fundamental of Food Processing class. So under Unit 2, today we are going to start the chapter Composition, Nutritional and Technological Aspects of Poultry Meat. So in this chapter we are going to study about the structure of egg, nutritional quality of egg, what are the quality of egg, fresh egg, and also we are going to study about what are the factors that are responsible for the spoilage of egg. So to begin with the introduction, egg is a complete food consumed throughout the world. So eggs of various birds may be eaten, however, eggs of hen and duck are most importantly consumed. Egg protein contains all the essential amino acid and has got highest biological value. Thus, egg protein are considered by the World Health Organization to be the reference protein to which all other proteins are compared. An average weight of hen egg is about 2 ounce, that is 57 grams. Okay, so egg is the food which is most complicated one because few believe it is a vegetarian and few believe it is a non-vegetarian, and the fact is the farm egg is basically a vegetarian egg, and the one which is from home, that is the urkoli urmotte antiralla, that is nothing but a non-vegetarian one, and it is your task to find out why it is a non-veg egg and a veg egg. Okay, so whole world will consume egg as a source of protein. So usually egg of different birds are consumed. So few consume peacock egg, few consume duck egg, few consume hen egg, few consume ostrich egg, but the most common one is hen egg and the duck egg. Okay, so egg is a rich source of protein which contains almost all essential amino acid, and it is having high biological value. That means it can be easily digested and absorbed as a source of nutrient. And according to World Health Organization, it is one of the reference proteins. So other sources of proteins like legumes or cereals or meat, we compare the protein source of those with that of the egg protein, since egg is having almost all the essential amino acid, and the average weight of hen's egg which are most popularly consumed is 2 ounce, that is around 57 grams. Coming to the first concept under the chapter, that is the structure of the egg. So you know the appearance of egg, it looks somewhat like this, and the color of the egg depends upon the bird from which we obtain the egg. For example, if it is a duck egg, it will be bit brownish in color, and if it is ostrich egg, it will be huge in color, huge in size, and color may vary from white to brown. So basically your egg consists of 5 main parts, that is shell, shell membrane, air cell, albumin and yolk. So you will be having outermost shell. So within a shell you will be having a transparent layer, rubbery layer, and you will be having a gap at the top of the egg. We call it as the air cell, and you have the egg part, white part we call it as albumin, and the yellow part we call it as yolk. So structure of egg is very important, so you have to practice the structure of egg. So it is very simple, just look at this diagram. So as I have mentioned, you will be having outermost shell. So outermost line which is drawn represents the shell, and it is mainly composed of calcium carbonate, and it may be white or brown depending upon the breed of chicken, as I mentioned. So color does not affect egg quality, cooking characteristic, nutritive value or shell thickness. So color is independent of the character of the shell. Okay, so after shell you have the shell membrane. So the layer in between the albumin and the shell, we call it as a shell membrane. So it is a two membrane, inner and outer shell membrane surround the albumin. So the membrane which covers the white part of the egg, we call it as a shell membrane, and it provides protective barrier against the bacterial penetration. So it act as a barrier for the entry of bacteria into the egg. Air cell forms between these two membranes. Okay, so between the shell and the shell membrane you have a part called as air cell. So here you can see between the shell and the shell membrane you have a bit depression. This part we call it as a air cell. So it is a pocket of air formed at large end of the egg and caused by contraction of the contents during cooling after laying. So increase in size as the egg ages. So air cell is nothing but if you know that egg is almost oval in shape, right? So you have one flat bottom and one oval side. So almost it is like this. So the flat side will be having a depression, we call that gap as air cell, and this is formed after laying the egg. When the temperature of the egg cools down, that time the air will be trapped in that particular region forming the air cell. Okay, and as the air cell increases, it indicates that the age of the egg is older. Okay, that indicates it is a if the air cell is more, automatically when you put that particular egg in a water, it will float. That indicates that egg is a very old one and there are chances that that egg might have been spoiled. Okay, so that is air cell. So after air cell you have thin albumin and thick albumin. So you have albumin part or the white part, so that can be differentiated into thin albumin and thick albumin. So here you can see soon after shell membrane you have thin albumin, then it is followed by thick albumin. Okay, so thin albumin, it is nearest to the shell and it spreads around thick white of high quality egg, whereas thick albumin, it is major source of egg riboflavin and protein. It stands higher and spreads less in higher grade eggs and thins and becomes indistinguishable from thin white in lower grade eggs. Okay, so your albumin can be differentiated into thin albumin and thick albumin. So thin albumin will surround the thick albumin and it is nearest to shell, and in thick albumin you will be having a rich source of vitamin, riboflavin and protein, and in a higher grade egg your thin albumin and thick albumin can be highly differentiated, whereas in lower grade egg you cannot differentiate the two types of albumin. So after albumin you have yolk. So yolk is surrounded by a membrane called as vitelline membrane or yolk membrane, which holds the egg yolk contents. So the function of yolk membrane is to hold the content of the yolk in position. So this yolk will be held at the center of the egg by a two strands, we call it as chalaza. So it is twisted cord like strand of egg white. So it anchors yolk in center of egg and it's a prominent chalazae indicate freshness. Okay, so it is chalazae is the strand which will keep the yolk in position, and if a particular egg is having the chalazae, showing the chalazae, that means it is a indication of the fresh egg. So coming to the last one, that is the yolk part, nothing but the yellow part. The color may vary from with the feed of the hen but does not indicate nutrient content. So major source of egg vitamin, minerals and fat, and it has a disc called as germinal disc. Okay, so yolk is the yellow part, and if it is a village hen, then that yolk will be bit darker yellow in color. If it is a farm egg, then it will be lighter yellow in color. So color does not decide the nutritive value. So major vitamins, minerals, fat is deposited in yolk part, and you have a disc called as germinal disc, which is responsible for development of small chickens. Okay, so that is in brief about the egg. So let us study in detail about each component of the egg. So first one is shell. It is an empty broken egg shell is isolated on white with clipping parts. So here you can see the shell which is broken. The egg shell is the outer covering of the egg and it is made almost entirely of calcium carbonate. We may think the shell is a solid mass. Actually, the shell contains as many as 17,000 tiny pores. This makes the eggshell a semi-permeable membrane, which means air and moisture can pass through its pores. Just before the hen lays an egg, the hen adds a protective layer called bloom or cuticle to the outside of the eggshell. So the bloom seals and protects the egg from bacteria. However, the bloom is washed off and then the egg is sprayed with mineral oil before arriving to supermarkets. The mineral oil gives the egg its shiny coat. Okay, so basically the shell is made up of calcium carbonate and these shells will be having a very minute pores. ಈ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ತೂತುಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಸೆಮಿಪರ್ಮಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಸೆಮಿಪರ್ಮಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸೆಮಿ. ಹಾಫ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಯೇಬಲ್. Permeable means which can permit the entry and exit of few substances. Okay, so through these pores only the air and the moisture can pass through these pores, and when the egg is coming out of chicken, so that time the egg is coming out of the hen, that time the hen will lay a protective covering. So idra horagade ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯೂಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಗ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೆನ್, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಾಶ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ function of the bloom is to protect the egg from the bacteria. So once before entering into the market, that bloom will be washed away and it will be coated with the mineral oil, and so your egg will be shiny when you are taking it from the market. That is the shell. Now coming to shell membrane. So shell membrane is located between the eggshell and the albumin or the egg white. The shell membrane has an inner and the outer membrane. The membrane protects the egg against any bacterial invasion. Okay, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ಒಡೆದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಬೇಯಿಸಿದಾಗ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಎಗ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಕೋಳಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಲೇಯರನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ಎಗ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಏರ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ ದ ಏರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿ ಔಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ದ air cell or the air space forms when the content of the egg cools and contracts after the egg is laid. Okay, so ಬೇಯಿಸಿರೋ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ತಿಂದಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕಾಣಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಯಿಸೋ ಒಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ತಿನ್ನುವಾಗ ಒಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಯಿತಾ. ಈವನ್ ನೀವು ಶೆಲ್ ಒಡೆದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಥರ ಬಬಲ್ ಥರ ತೋರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯಿತಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಏರ್ ಬಬಲ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಏರ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಗ್ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಅದರ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಹೈ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕೂಲ್ ಡೌನ್. ಸೊ ಹೈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರಿಂದ ಲೋ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಕೂಲ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಶೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಶೆಲ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏರ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, next is albumin. We call it as egg white. The albumin or the egg white is largely made up of water and protein. The albumin prevents external bacteria from penetrating the yolk. We may think of the albumin as one slimy, clear, transparent component. Actually, the albumin has 3 layers that differ in viscosity from thin to thick. That is outer thin layer, outer thick layer, inner thick layer, which surrounds the vitelline membrane and the yolk. The vitelline membrane is a clear casing that surrounds the egg yolk. Okay, so egg white antandre the transparent, slimy, clear component which is found inside the egg, and the main component of the egg white is water and protein. Okay, so the function of albumin is it will protect the yolk from bacterial invasion. So you have three different layers of albumin, that is the thin part which is present immediately next to the shell membrane, the thick part which is surrounding the yolk, and inner thick part which surrounds the vitelline membrane and the yolk. Okay, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಥಿಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಥಿನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ thick white albumin will be there. So this can be clearly distinguished if it is a high grade egg and if it is a fresh egg. Okay, and vitelline membrane is the one which will separate the egg white from yolk part. Now the egg yolk is the yellow center part of the egg which feeds the developing embryo. The yolk is suspended in the albumin by two chalazae which are located on opposite end of the egg. The chalazae is what holds the yolk in the center. The color of the yolk depends on the feed and the breed of the hen. The color can range from light yellow to deep orange. The yolk contains most of the vitamins and nutrients in the egg, that is calcium, cholesterol, fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K, potassium, protein, and also essential fatty acids like unsaturated fatty acids and saturated fatty acids. So saturated fatty acids alli palmitic acid, stearic acid, myristic acid will be there. Unsaturated fatty acid consists of oleic acid, linoleic acid, palmitoleic acid, and linolenic acid. So yolk is the centermost part of the egg, and this yolk is the one which contains the nutrients required for the growing embryo. ಸೊ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಜರ್ಮೈನಲ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಚಿಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಯೋಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಿರೋ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, and this yolk is suspended with the help of two chalazae. So I have shown, so there will be two chalazae at the opposite end of the egg, and this will hold the yolk in position, and the color of the yolk may be yellow or orange. As I mentioned, that completely depends upon the feed which you are giving and also the breed of the hen. ಯಾವ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಏನನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೆಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯೋಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಟರ್ಮರಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯೋಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ many vitamins and nutrients in it. So all A, D, E, K vitamins, essential fatty acids, the minerals like potassium, calcium, everything is present in yolk. Now here you can see the white spot in the yolk, and this part is called as the germinal disc, which is a small circular white spot in the yolk that appears when an egg has been fertilized. However, the fertilization stops when the egg is refrigerated. Okay, so usually the fertilized egg are the one which are from village hen and which is considered to be a non-veg egg, whereas the one which is in poultry, they are the veg egg, and the reason you have to find out. So this white spot is the one we call it as germinal spot that is going to develop into the future chick, and it appears if the egg is fertilized, and this fertilization will stop immediately when you place the egg in a fridge for the further storage. So that is about the structure of egg. So you have shell membrane, chalazae, yolk, and egg white. So coming to the nutritional qualities of egg. So egg are nutritionally rich and one of the nature's most important complete food. They provide energy of around 173 kilocalories per 100 gram. Okay, so these egg are the very rich source of nutrients, and hence people who are interested in healthy food, the one which are who are going for gym, the one who are interested in weight gain and all, for muscle development, they usually consume more than 10 to 15 egg per day, boiled one. Okay, because it is a rich source of nutrients. So let us see in detail what are the different proteins, carbohydrates and fats present. So each egg will give you around 100 gram of egg will give you 173 kilocalories of energy. Coming to the protein, so egg contains high quality complete protein with all the essential amino acid in well balanced proportions. Biological value of egg protein is 100, indicating all the protein consumed is retained by the body. Egg white, also known as albumin, contributes to the 60% of egg protein present in the egg, and rest is in the form of egg yolk. Nearly 50% of protein egg white is ovalbumin, followed by conalbumin, ovomucoid, lysozymes, ovomucin, avidin, ovoglobulin, and ovoinhibitors. Okay, so egg is a complete source of protein. That is, the protein value, the biological value of protein, egg protein is 100. That means that whenever you consume egg, the entire protein of the egg will be utilized by your body. And around 60% of the protein is highly found in white part, that is albumin part, and 40% are found in the egg yolk part. Okay, and the different proteins which are present in albumin are ovalbumin, ovoinhibitors, ovomucoid, lysozymes, conalbumin, ovomucin, avidin, etc. Now, vitelline is the important protein which is present in the egg yolk, which is present in a lipoprotein complex as lipovitaline and lipovitallinin. Phosphatin, phosphorus containing, and levitin, sulfur containing proteins are present in egg yolk. Avidin is protein present in the egg, while which binds to the vitamin biotin, thus makes it unavailable to the body. Okay, so egg white ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 60% protein ಇರುತ್ತೆ, whereas egg yolk ಅಲ್ಲಿ you'll be having a protein called as vitelline, which will be found either as a lipovitallin or lipovitallinin. So apart from that, you have phosphatin, phosphorus and levitin, sulfur containing proteins, but avidin is the protein which will not allow the vitamin to combine with the body, since that avidin will bind to the vitamin and make it unavailable for the body. So avidin ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ವೈಟಮಿನ್ಸನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವೈಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so it acts as a vitamin inhibitor. The avidin protein which is present in the egg white will act as a vitamin inhibitor. Next is fat. So fat is concentrated in the egg yolk. Yolk fat can be divided into three major parts, that is triglycerides, phospholipids and lipoproteins. So lipoproteins are present in conjugation with phospholipids. The primary phospholipid present in the egg is lecithin, and major sterol is cholesterol. So main agi fat is mainly found in the yellow part of the egg. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಗೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವೈಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಂದರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ತೀರ. ಅದೇ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಗೇನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೈಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಎಗ್ ಯೋಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಚ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ದ ಎಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಟ್ರೈಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್, ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಿಪೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಲಿಪೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಲಿಪೋಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮೇಯ್ನಾಗಿ it is rich in a phospholipid called as lecithin, okay, and the sterol called as cholesterol. So apart from that, the triglycerides which are found are oleic acid, palmitic acid, linoleic acid and stearic acid. So all these essential amino acids are found in the yolk part of the egg. Carbohydrates, glucose, mannose and galactose are present in small amount. So this will take part in Maillard reaction, producing an undesirable brown discoloration in both dried and cooked egg white. Okay, so carbohydrates are less in quantity, that is you have glucose, galactose and mannose. So these will take part in the Maillard reaction whenever egg is processed or dried or cooked. Okay, so these carbohydrates react with the protein which is present in the egg and they will give rise to brown color when the egg is dried or it is cooked. So apart from these major nutrients, the micronutrients are also present. So the major micronutrients present in egg are vitamins and minerals. So egg is a rich source of vitamin except vitamin C. All the fat soluble vitamins, that is A, D, E, are concentrated in yolk. Minerals such as iron, phosphorus, zinc, iodine, potassium, sodium, chlorine, sulfur are present in good amount. So iron is present in egg bound to conalbumin, therefore its absorption is poor, while zinc is present in most abundant biologically active form. So ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೈಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಎ ಡಿ ಇ ಯೋಕಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ವೈಟಮಿನ್ ಸಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಗ್ಗಿಂದ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರಿಚ್ ಇನ್ ವೈಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಯರ್ನ್, ಜಿಂಕ್, ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಮ್, ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್, ಅಯೋಡಿನ್, sodium, chlorine, sulfur, etc. Now this iron is bind to protein called as conalbumin and hence the iron is not readily available for the absorption by the body. So ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಅವಿಡಿನ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ವೈಟಮಿನನ್ನು ತಡೆದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕೋನಾಲ್ಬುಮಿನ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಯರ್ನನ್ನು ತಡೆದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ಅಯರ್ನ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋ ಥರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಆರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಹಿಬಿಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ egg protein. So one is avidin and another one is conalbumin, but these egg are the rich source of zinc. Now coming to the composition of egg, so the whole egg is a complete source of protein. So whole egg consists of around 65.5% of water, 11.8% of protein and 11% of fat and 11.7% of ash. So egg white it will constitute around 60%. So in that around 88% is water and 11% protein is there. Egg yolk, it constitutes around 30% of the egg and it consists of 17.5% of protein. Okay, and shell forms around 9 to 12%. So here according to USDA, that is United States Drug Administration, eggs are the only products which are having complete nutrients but missing vitamin C, and you can see the nutrient per 100 grams of servings. So it is rich in vitamin A, B, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, vitamin D and vitamin E. Apart from that, it has minerals like calcium, chromium, copper, iron, magnesium, molybdenum, phosphorus, selenium, then choline. Then it also has the fatty acids like omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. Okay, remember the important vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates and proteins. Then here you have the list of different components present in egg white and yolk. So which is better, egg yolk or egg white? Here you can make a difference of it. So the nutrient name is displayed in the color of the food, which considered as winner. The amount are specified per 100 gram of product. The infographic aims to display only the significant difference, ignoring minor ones. The main source of information is USDA Food Composition Database. So here you can see the iron yolk is rich in the iron content, it is rich in the phosphorus content, it is rich in the calcium. So almost all nutrients, that is the minor ones, are more in yolk compared to your egg white, except the potassium, which is rich in egg white. So and even magnesium and sodium. So apart from these three, all other vitamins, calcium, everything is more in yolk part than your egg white. So now you can decide which part of the egg is more suitable for your health. So that is about today's class. So in today's class we have studied the structure of egg. So egg consists of the shell membrane, air cell, egg white, we call it as albumin. In that you have thick white and thin egg white. Then the yolk part, so yolk is covered by the vitelline membrane and yolk is suspended in the center with the help of two rope like structures, we call them as chelazae. And yolk has a spot, white spot, we call it as germinal disc. So this germinal disc is found only in the fertilized egg and it will develop into the future chick. Then coming to the nutrient values, so egg is having all the essential nutrients and it will provide around 173 kilocalories of energy per 100 grams of servings, and it is a rich source of protein. Almost all essential amino acids are there and it can be completely utilized by the body. So it has a biological value of 100%. So the important proteins present are around 60% are found in the albumin part, 40% are found in the yolk part. So in albumin part you have corn albumin, vitelline, etc., and in the yolk part you have vitelline, which can be in the form of lipovitaline or lipovitellinin. So among the proteins, corn albumin will bind to the iron, whereas avidin will bind to the vitamins, and hence avidin will prevent the absorption of vitamin from the in the body, whereas corn albumin will prevent the absorption of iron from the food by the body. So thus these two will act as inhibitors. Apart from that, you have fat, so lecithin and cholesterol is found. Apart from that, you have the triglycerides like oleic acid and linoleic acid is present in the egg yolk. Mainly the fat is deposited in the egg yolk. Then glucose, galactose and mannose are found as a sugar part. Apart from that, the egg is rich in all the essential vitamins apart from vitamin C, and it is a very good source of zinc, potassium, sodium, chloride. So among the vitamin egg yolk and the egg white part, egg yolk is having rich source of fat and all other amino acids and the nutrients, whereas egg white is a rich source of protein. So that is for today's class. If you have any queries, feel free to message me or text me. Thank you for listening with patience.